What's going on, everybody? It's your man Cleveland Terry, and today we're going to be reviewing the long-awaited Danny Max Max Design Furniture DJ booth. Now, I've been using this booth for a while now, and well, I've done a couple of little tidbits here and there, some samples, some reels, but I've never really truly discussed how I feel. Now, I've been using this thing for about, oh God, a year now, and maybe a little over a year, and I think I can finally talk about this with true confidence on what I feel about this device. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth it? Let's talk about it. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Now, when we first order our Danny Max booths, it comes in two pieces, two cases. One case is for the bottom, and then the secondary case is for the top. Now, they're exactly the same size, so they get a little hard to kind of figure out which one is which. So I made it easy, and I just added my stickers all around the top so I could tell which one is my top and which one is my bottom, because sometimes I just want to grab the top out, then you pull it out. They feel about the same weight when you get them out, and then you open it up and you have the wrong case. So we're gonna just set it up so you can kind of see what it takes. Now, bottom case, we have here multiple latches. It's probably the most frustrating part about this case is the amount of latches. Now, this does make it secure, but it's really easy to forget which latches you've actually pulled up. All right, now we open this guy up, and then we have the base and then the sides. So we're gonna slide this over a little bit. Take the base out, set it down like so, and then underneath this styrofoam is your two panel pieces. On the hardware, you do have these little latches right here, these little indentations, and there's holes right here. The white side, the colored white side, that's the side of your booth, and then the clear opaque is the front. So it's easy to tell which way it is. You just put them in here and you just, okay, they're in the spot here. Then we just take this little clamp like so, and we lock it into place. We take the next one, same thing, opaque, clear, easy to determine. We set this up the same way, and it locks into place like so. Take the clamp it in, and then you take the sides here, in the middle here, and you clamp this in. All right, bottom piece done. Now, I'm gonna take this, we're just gonna wheel it to the side for now. Okay, now, same thing with the front piece. We're gonna take this guy and we're just gonna move him over here for a second. We'll keep him right here. All right, take the front piece. Same thing. All the latches, all 47 of them. Okay, see, missed one. All right, open it up, and your system's already in place. So we're just gonna go ahead and move these guys out of the way real quick. Now my first issue with the system and why I almost was like, it's too awkward, was I was trying to get the thing out of the case. And if you look at the case, you see there's no easy way to grab it. So I was like, well, that's annoying. How the hell am I gonna get this thing out? Well, they thought about that. So what they've done is, on the sides here, you have handles right here. So you can just grab the handles, pull it straight out, and you just pull it out. You're done. Take it over, put it right on top. On the bottom here, you have the same thing, where you have these little holes here, and then the latch pieces. You're just gonna take it, you're gonna slide it till it falls in the hole like so, and then you're gonna do the same thing on this one. Now they're locked in. You're gonna take this latch, and you're just gonna latch it down, and the same thing with this one, latch it down. Okay. You're 95% of the way done already, and it took me a couple of minutes. Once you've done that, I have all of my cords and everything pre-wired. I got both my cords in here, and we're just gonna run them through, and you can see there's holes in the bottom. So we're gonna run this down. We're gonna do the same thing with this one. Take it, feed it through the hole, run it down. We're gonna do it on this side. Only have the XLR on this side. So we're gonna feed this one through. Like so. All right, this other XLR is for my booth, which I don't need right now. So I'm just gonna pull it back up. Okay, now I can actually close these up because I don't need to get in here anymore. Okay, and then we're gonna clean it up a little bit. So we're gonna take these guys right here. Make sure I can see. All right. So we're gonna take these guys right here, and we're just gonna run them through the holes that are designed in the bottom. So we just lift it up a little bit, and then we can run the cords out on this side, and the cord out on this side without making a loop. There we go. Okay. Done. All right. So we got our power on one side, we got our XLR and power on the other side. There's a couple of different choices because I've run a surge protector right through the top here, and I have that there too. So it just depends on what you want to do. Then you run all of those in, you tape them down, and you're done. Now when I plug it in, everything's gonna come on. So I have lights underneath, I have my microphone, and my Rev 7. They're all lighting up. Everything's plugged in. I don't have to run any wires. I have my microphone case right here in the Shure bag, which I just put it right in there. Stays safe, stays protected. We have the stands too. I don't need to get into the stands. The stands go here. You know how that works. They go in, you put the computer in. Okay, now on the bottom here, I do have just some Ape Labs cans here that are providing the light. Now, I do have a controller right up here, and it has a slot for the controller, so I can change the colors and do all that stuff right from here, especially if you have other Ape Labs uplights or something like that, then they can all be in sync and they can all talk to each other, makes it nice and clean. Okay, now let's take a look at it from the other side so you can see what it looks like. So it's nice and clean setup. You notice that you can't see the wires, even though I have wires hanging down, you can't see them because of the opaque cover here, which is great because I was really concerned at first because before I wired everything in, it was all just kind of trash everywhere. But now you can't see it, so I love that. All right, as far as the booth is concerned, it's very, very stable. Haven't had any problems. I've used this on top of DJ stages, half-ass built stages, and everything just kind of works properly. The way I have this set up, I can pop this off. By the way, you know these are interchangeable, so this is designed for my Rev 7, but you can fit up to a Rain 4/Rain Performer whenever that comes out. You can fit that all in here. The way you can do it is you have two different adjustment layers here. You have this one that adjusts the controller up or down, and then you have this one, which then clamps it this way or out that way. So you can go considerably larger, like I said, with the Rain 4, something like that, some sort of 4 channels. And then you have another set of screws over here, which then controls the height, the full height of the system here. So this whole thing can be raised up if you may be dealing with like a smaller controller. I do want to mention one thing before we move on. As you notice, there's not a lot of space in the back here. So the only thing you have to account for is you got to rock L brackets around the entire backside here. I have a 1/4 inch to booth. I have my USBs right here, blue and red. Red is always red, white. I mean red, right, obviously. And then the same thing with another auxiliary input here, followed by the microphone, which I have a new one, which is a little longer. So we'll replace that today. Okay, now, and then my power cord right here. I know some people can get in here and really make this thing perfect. I'm not that person. I have all of my wires here. I have my SLX Velcroed in. I got everything Velcroed in. Power Velcroed in. That way, if I need to, I can take it off. If I need to move it and make it a little better, I can do that. And then I have this Anker. The reason why I bought this guy, and I do have this guy, which is this Anker power USB power thingy. Okay, it's not a power bank, so you can't turn it off and it's going to run power. But it has 2 plugs here. It has your standard power, which is funneling to the bottom, and then we have USBs. Now, my USB, I have one USB for my MacBook, and I just bought an adapter that you can get from Amazon. They're like, I don't know, 30 bucks. So it plugs right into my M1, you know, M2, M3. And then I have another USB that is powering my Ape Labs cans. So you can see one's plugged there, and the other one is plugged in here, right here. Okay, and then I have another USB, which is right here, and this is just a standard USB to USB-A to USB-C, and I have that in there so I can obviously power my controller. So that could mean I'm powering my Command ILS, or I'm powering the WMX1, something like that. So I have 2 USBs in here, one here, and I actually have room for another USB-C. I'm going to plug in another USB-C here for a USB-B. That way, if I'm running my command, I go through USB-C. If I'm running my WMX1 and I need a USB-B, well, like this, then I can get to it. Okay, that's it. Everything it's clean enough. I got things taped down so I know where everything is. Nothing's moving around in here. I didn't want to make anything permanent because this isn't my only controller, as you guys know. So sometimes I have to jump around. I think one of the future things I'm going to do is, I do have the adapters here. So I'm going to run these out so they're closer to the back here. So it's easier to get the signal through. I haven't had any problems with it being in here. The signal's been working perfectly, but I will do that just for me. I am running this cord right here. So I got a longer one, as you can see, and then I can just plug this in. Okay, so we're just gonna take this guy out. We no longer need this guy because he's too long. So just gonna remove him. And we're gonna plug this guy in. And now I have one for the microphone, a dedicated cord. I can get rid of this guy. Okay, now that's really it. There's not much to what's in here. Once you got it all wired in, it makes it a lot easier to make this thing the way you want it. And like I said, it's all customized. So you have to really kind of figure out what your case is and how it's designed. Now, let's take it apart real quick so you can see just how easy it is. My final thoughts. My final thoughts are, it is my favorite piece of furniture DJ equipment that I use. I didn't think I was going to use it. In all honesty, I had it. They sent it to me. It just kind of sat in my garage for a while. I was putting things in, taking things out, kept swapping. I didn't really appreciate what it was until I really started using it consistently. And then I realized just how easy, how fast it is. It's so fast that, like, even for things that I would normally like just bring like my fast set table or something like that, everything's already built in. So it alleviates having to plug in your microphone and then run, extra power and then your XLRs and then your mic cable and all that. It's already in there. So if you're pressed for time, you can just set this thing up and you're ready to go in like 5 minutes. So it's really, really fast. Now, one of the things that I know some people have said was, well, I don't want to have my furniture, my controller in the one piece of furniture, because what if I need to use it somewhere else? What if the venue already has a booth for me, or what if they've already set up something? Well, I've done both. A lot of times, if a coordinator or a party planner does design a booth for you, you are at the mercy of whatever that is. And typically they're too high, maybe they're not wide enough. There's a lot of different reasons. So for a lot of my events, I've set them up right behind the booth and still did the same thing. Yeah, people can't see the lights and they can't see how pretty it is, but who cares? It's still giving me what I need. I did another event for a corporate event, and they were like, you're gonna be over here on this big desk. And that wasn't a problem because I just took out the top piece, put it right on the desk, and as you saw on the front piece of it, you have all these holes. So you can still run your cords right out of the holes and use it like you were using your regular furniture. So there's a lot of options here. I'm a big fan of this case. I'm not gonna talk about price. You can go to the Danny Max Design website. I'll put the link in the description below and you can check it out. But yes, I am an ambassador, so I do want to put that out there. They did provide it to me at no charge, but I get a lot of gear at no charge. That doesn't mean that I use it. And I use this gear every single weekend. Every weekend. And when I tell you how many times I have gotten random compliments just from people that are standing by the booth and look over and they're like, this is gorgeous. That is all I need to tell me that it's the right piece. And if you follow me on IG, Cleveland Terry _, if you follow me on IG, you'll notice I did a post recently where I was doing a school event and we were in bricks and it was just kind of a cheap, easy event. And I still used my furniture because it just made sense and it was clean and it was fast and I can get in and get out. You know, that with the small little column array fits right in my truck. I'm a happy camper. Okay guys, if you found what I said here useful, hit that like button. If you found what I said really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Get on my Discord, that's where we're talking about all things Cleveland Terry. All right, guys, girls, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace.